G'day folks, MADMaN here. Gonna start doing some documentation and stuff, doing a bit of history vlog. Shout out to Greels for giving me the idea. Time to start making sure we leave a bit of a legacy behind. So today we're heading into town, meet up with a well-known DJ, one of Newcastle's finest, to pick up a piece of history that we're going to digitize and get out on the streaming services. So yeah, let's see how this goes, and you're just along for the ride.
Who am I? DeeJay Mathmatics, representing Newcastle, Australia. Early 80s, just with the big explosion of hip hop internationally, when it arrived here in Australia, you know, every kid my age, a little bit older and a little bit younger, was into breaking and b-boying, and we got the whole thing as a package. You know, the hip hop music came with it. At that time, it wasn't necessarily just rap music. It was electro as well, and break beats and funk, and you know, kind of disco stuff as well was intertwined. The graffiti came with it. So yeah, receiving the whole culture as a package and being enthralled by it at a young age in the early 80s. When I was young, when it first arrived, I was, you know, doing a bit of b-boying and trying my hand at really bad graph. But around late 80s is when I was a teenager and started to get firstly into graffiti and getting the music, collecting the music, buying records, getting cassettes, meeting tons and, you know, going all city for Newcastle. And then I always still loved the music and started collecting records, and then got turntables early 90s. Definitely changed my life. I wouldn't even know what I'd be doing without hip hop. I always wanted to be a DJ as a kid, but I always thought I was going to be a DJ on the radio. You know, coming up next is the brand new song from Midnight Oil or something like that. But then when I sort of got immersed in the culture of hip hop and understood what hip hop DJing was and how that related to 2 records and scratching and break beating, and then from that producing, looping up beats, that's what I wanted to do. And then I got decks early 90s and practiced all through the 90s, and I got my first ever gig 2 weeks after getting decks, which I was no good at, you know. But yeah, and it's taken me around the world, you know. I've been lucky to go to heaps of different countries, and through hip hop meet people and have conversations with people and build relationships with people. I don't think I could have done that any other way, you know. It's kind of the same way that people do if they're into darts or soccer or football or something, you know. Like-minded people will seek out like-minded people and have conversations with people and form those relationships and friendships. Yeah.
All right, Mass, why are we here?
You're here because I've unearthed a gem from the archives. I've got deep archives, I've got deep crates. It's the first hip-hop tape from Newcastle, Australia. Stored information, library, take a seat, on cassette from 1996. This is it right here. Tons One, aka Ricochet, Ricky Rocket, aka Inmate Attacker, and Martin, aka Create. You got to edit that one as well. What we're doing today is passing the legacy on. I'm lending this to MADMaN, hence I'm lending it to you, MADMaN. We're going to get it digitized and it's going to be up on the streaming platforms and Bandcamp if you want to purchase, to buy.
In my hands is the piece of history that hopefully we're going to get up on streaming services. Shout out to Tons One.
Yeah.
It's what I've been talking about for ages, and it was finally found. Yeah, this is in the kitted glove stuff. It's going to have to be like, you know, a couple of security guards to carry around the locked briefcase until I get home and get this digitized and done. So you're coming along for the ride. Just going to take you on this journey of getting this digitized and getting it out to the world and putting history of Newcastle hip hop on the map. So yeah, thanks, Maths. Shout out your handles. You got like Instagram or anything?
You'll find me.
You'll
know
find
where
him.
I'm at.
Yeah. Hashtag DeeJay Mathmatics.
Straight from the sewer.
Yeah.
I'm not from the sewer.
All right, we made it back. Stored information, cassette, official release of this tape. Like I said before, thought it was a bit of a bootleg thing, but this is like a genuine copy of it. So just going to go through a rough way of how I digitise this. Let's go along for the ride. I'd normally open up Reason. Reason's my preferred door of choice when working with multi-track stuff. Got the old Yamaha tape deck, dual tape deck over here that I use for recording. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to give it a rewind. So let's go side one first, okay? Let's have a look, hit play. I'm already digging the copy of this. Each of these tracks have been mixed down, keeping within the headroom of the track, then placed into another mastering suite within Reason that I made with the original 4-track recordings that I've got. Just a few little tweaks compared to the two, but otherwise the mastering the hard work that I've done with the old mastering is actually pretty good. So I've got our first clip, and it's the intro. I'd normally then add a mastering suite over the top, and I usually do generic sort of hip-hop, I suppose, and then from there I start to add a few little tweaks. This one wasn't too bad with the hiss at the top, so I left quite the hard cut that I had from the 4-track, and it turned out pretty good. Boost a little bit at the top because it does lose a little bit of clarity there, a bit more vocal here. It was a bit boomy, so we took a little bit out of the bottom. Got rid of the bass, make sure it's mono in this stereo imager, and we're just going to push a little bit of like high band stereo imaging at around about that sort of 800, 900 kilohertz. Give the top end a bit more room to make it a bit more brighter. The limiter's just, basic, just doing its job, not too much pumping, just keeping that 0 note. Compressors just,
just doing its job enough that it brings up everything and sits nice and neat, and it's not ducking too much. Basically, that's my mastering suite. But if I hit play on it, you can hear that we've got a high hiss on it. If I take and I just bypass the effects on this, that's the track as it was recorded in. We're nowhere near head limit there, so through this we'll just turn the effects back on. Compressor's just giving us a nice little duck at the top. Our limiter's working pretty hard, but it doesn't affect the audio quality of it going out. So yeah, just keeping it at 0. If we go back to the mixer, you'll see that we're hitting 0. We're not going over, we're not clipping, we're not peaking. And yeah, it just gives it a real nice warmth and tone that it can kind of keep up with stuff that would be streamed on Spotify. So there it was, folks. Really quick look at the stored information and the process that we're going through to get it digitized and get it ready to go. But anyway, very soon we will have the stored information library. Take a seat. It will be up very, very soon, people. So actually, by the time you probably watch this, it's probably up. So there'll be some links down the bottom in the description to go jump on the streaming services and so on. Hope you enjoyed the process. Hope you enjoyed the interviews. Plenty more to come. Peace.